Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Press Box. Brian Carson here with my co-host Kenny Varner. How you doing, Kenny?
Doing okay, Brian. Sounds like you still got some snutful from last week and the week before.
Yeah, I can't get rid of this chest cold. Trying to fight it off, but you know how it is.
Hmm.
I sound worse than I actually feel.
Hmm. Well, that's
All
good.
right, tonight, we're gonna give some love to junior high, and we have one of the legends of Lewistown wrestling, Colton Spade, on. Let me give you a resume real quick, Kenny.
Okay.
Colton won 30 dual meets, no, 30 dual meet, 30 matches or more all 4 years of his career. He had 136 wins, 32 losses, three-time PIAA qualifier, fourth as a senior, two-time District 6 champion, one of the all-time greats for the Panthers. He's now the Mifflin County Junior High coach, and we're happy to have him on. Colton, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
The one thing Colton and I share that we, you know, much better athlete, better wrestler, better looking, but the thing we share now is we both have no hair.
That is correct.
Colton used to,
Been losing
Colton
that for
used
quite a
to,
while now.
Colton used to have like me a bunch of hair, and now it's gone.
Very, very
That's
true.
no, but seriously, thanks for coming on. And hey, I think what 13-3 this year.
Yeah, we've been having a great junior high season. We have a lot of good kids, very coachable, and the three losses. I mean, more than anything, the kids are improving. I mean, the wins and losses. I mean, we don't think are quite as important at the junior high level, but every match has been competitive. Our three losses, I think, have been a combined total of like 10 points or so. The one came the other night against Central Dolphin, and the first match of the season, Chambersburg, I believe, was by 1 point. So, yeah, it's been a great season, very competitive, and kids are doing well.
And the other loss was at Central Mountain.
No, we actually beat Central Mountain. It was Conestoga Valley down at the Dallas County.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good that we beat Central Mountain, our rival. I like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So, did you expect this when you saw what your roster was going to be at the beginning of the year that you were going to have a season like this? I mean, 13-3 is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, it's the beginning of every season. You're kind of unsure uh, what's going to come of it. We have in our starting lineup, we have a lot of first and second year kids too that are just picking it up really quickly. I mean, the whole way up through, we have a few seventh graders starting, um, first and second year kids, but then we have a solid group of kids that have been around for quite a while and that we rely on heavily for points and if they wrestle a tough kid, I mean, we expect them to go out and do well and win the match. Um, but this is probably one of the best groups. I think I can speak for all the coaches. Is just they're very well behaved. They come in, they want to learn. They're very hardworking, and they've just made the season very enjoyable. And it's hard to believe we have tomorrow yet against State College dual meet, and then we just have next Saturday an individual tournament at Juniata, and we're done for the year.
It goes fast, doesn't it?
Yes, very fast.
Um, but how have you seen the team develop since the start of the season, as a team and individually? What has impressed you the most? Where have they developed the most?
So I would just say I mean, I think every match that we've wrestled this year, the kids, their hard work shows as far as conditioning and like third period, we do a really good job at wearing other kids down. and just picking up the basics. Especially for the new kids, learning the fundamentals and building off of that to more technical and advanced things. But it's just been good on an individual and team level. And just very proud of all of them. And like I said, we do have some ninth graders we'll be sending up, and we have some good eighth graders that we'll probably be sending up to the varsity level next year as well.
Well, that's good. And hey, that's the feeder. Without that, we don't have success at the varsity.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and we're encouraging the regular season will be over, but we'll continue to have open mats until the PJWs for the kids are done. So a few nights a week we'll continue practices, and we'll encourage all of them to go to the PJW districts and regionals, and hopefully we have some make it to the states this year. So
yeah, that'd be great.
Looking back at the season, are they exactly where you thought that they would be, or where you wanted them to be at this time of the year?
I guess it's hard to say. Like, they're just. We try not to focus too much at the junior high level as far as like the wins and losses. The main goal is, yeah, you want to have winning's fun. You want to win, but the main goal is to get them ready for the next level. As far as if there's a kid that one of our better kids can get a better match, we may bump them to the better kid just to get the experience. And the main goal is to get them ready for the next level. As far as winning at junior high is great, and like I said, winning is just fun. But the ultimate goal is to get them ready for the next level.
What you've had to go through it yourself personally. What do they need to do to be successful at the next level? What do you tell them when they're 8th, 7th, 8th, 9th graders? This is what you have to do to succeed in varsity.
Yeah, so a lot of it, wrestling's a grind. I say it all the time. In my opinion, wrestling's the toughest sport.
Yes,
There is, and it's mentally grueling. Every kid, just to finish the season is mentally tough. But just it has to be fun too. The kid has to enjoy doing it. They want to be successful. They need to be doing it for themselves and hardworking. But just the mindset, I think, goes a long way as far as going in with the mentality to get a little bit better each day and having fun with it. If you're going in miserable, you're going to be a lot less successful than if you're going in with a positive attitude and I mean, given each practice 100%.
I agree with you about it being the toughest sport, no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and we have a lot of kids that came out for their first year this year, and I told them that, and I even if a kid doesn't plan on being that successful in high school or just doing it to get better at other sports, it helps with conditioning, it helps with footwork, it helps in a lot of different areas. Well, whether you're playing football as a lineman or running back or baseball, it's I think it can be beneficial in a lot of different areas.
Yeah, football especially. There's a lot of linemen that wrestle too, because that leverage that you learn from wrestling is key in football.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I got a story real quick. Aaron Gingrich one time, I was covering a basket. I know you're related.
Yeah.
Somehow. That's why I brought it up. Covered a basketball game, and he's joking around. He goes, "Carson, I can't believe you're here. You only care about wrestling." And I went, "Well, no, I got to cover. I like all sports." But I said, "Aaron, you do know why they invented boys basketball, right?" And he goes, "Why?" And I said, "It was for guys too sissy to wrestle."
That's right. Yep, I've told him that before too.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah, that's right.
So, when you were under Weitzel, right?
So Coach Weitzel was my coach until junior year, and then Coach Martin was an assistant. And then
Martin.
my senior year, Coach Martin was his first year as the head varsity coach.
So, what did you learn, or that you're using in your coaching from both of those guys? Did you did they influence you in how you coach?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think I was very blessed growing up as far as I had great coaches the whole way up. Dave Bonson, Mike Robinson, and then Coach
Oh
Weitzel
my!
and Coach Martin. So we were very fortunate the whole way growing up. I mean, they're all great guys. They teach you hard work and everything, but they also teach you to be respectful, to be good kids, and I mean that's part of it as well. You want the kids to be successful, but you're also teaching them lessons for later in life as well.
Yeah, that's good coaching. I agree with you. Mike Robinson may be the nicest guy on planet Earth that I've ever met.
He's an awesome guy, and like I said, we were very fortunate the whole way up through to have such knowledgeable coaches.
Uh, So how is your philosophy? What do you want to teach these kids? What do you think is important that they learn? What do you want to because you're going to be a lot of these kids. You're going to influence. They're going to wrestle at the next level. Some might even go into coaching. How is your philosophy? What do you want to teach these kids about wrestling?
So I think first and foremost, I mean, to enjoy it. It's really an awesome sport. It teaches you more. I mean, lessons more than just winning and losing. I mean, I think anyone who has wrestled can relate as far as even whenever you get older, just being mentally tough and all that, and as far as just the work ethic, learning the fundamentals, and trying to teach as far as it doesn't matter if you go out and lose as long as there's effort. You're giving 100% and not being afraid to score points. We're at the level here where you're learning, like I said, trying to get ready for the next level. So go out, have fun, score points, and hopefully it works out. But never disappointed in any of the kids or anything. I tell them as long as you go out and give it your all and try things and not be scared to make a mistake. And I mean, it is what it is. And I hope that they take that up to the next level and continue to learn and grow and get better.
Now, you said, and I agree, wrestling is such a mental sport, even more than physical. How do you prepare your athletes mentally for matches and tournaments?
So I think just the hard work they put in the mat room, it prepares them for the upcoming thing, and even days before, visualizing things and just mentally preparing and putting yourself in a situation before you even get to the match. I keeping a positive outlook. There's a lot of kids that are beat before they go out on the mat. If especially not necessarily junior high, but the whole way up through in high school at any level, if they know they're wrestling a good kid, they kind of go out and they, I guess, go into a shell. They are kind of beat before they even go out onto the mat. So it's definitely a mental game in some regards.
Yeah, can you actually, do you think, teach that? Because I know there's kids that just are so mentally tough that you wonder, did he develop that, or was that just something that just naturally occurred within him? Do you think you can develop that mental toughness and belief, or is it something you have to have?
I think every kid's different. I think a lot of it comes with confidence. The longer a kid does it and starts to believe in themselves, it starts to develop. But yeah, I agree with you to some extent too. I mean, some kids are just tough as nails and refuse to lose mentality from day one, and other kids that they may need to get some confidence and in order for that to start to click. But
The reason why I say that is because, you've got kids that have goals. And
yeah, absolutely.
then you have guys like Colat whose goals were, I want to be undefeated 4-time state champion, undefeated 4-time national champion.
Hmm.
And that's why I said, can you develop that, or is that something a kid just has? And
Yeah,
you never know, I guess.
yeah, it's tough to say. Absolutely, though. Some kids are just seem to pick it up quicker than others.
Yeah, the one that has it right now is that Bassett kid.
Yeah, he's pretty impressive to watch.
And
He
and if you listen to him, his attitude is like, I'm not going to lose. I mean,
yeah,
and it's not arrogant either. It's like, I'm not going to lose.
yeah, yeah. I follow him on his social media, and he definitely puts the time in. He's up every morning at 5 in the morning, putting in the work, and I mean, he's pretty impressive. He's constantly moving forward, scoring points, and
Yep.
um,
That's like Kenny and I. We're up every morning at 5, getting ready.
yeah, yeah. So sometimes I am too, but I'm not doing what he is.
You used to, though, buddy. You used to.
Yeah, but yeah, he's
Uh,
impressive. They have
yeah.
quite a few kids that are impressive on that McCourt team.
Yeah, Forrest, Melvin Miller.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah,
But you and I were talking about another guy before we got on here, and that's Mesenbrink. And
yes,
if you want to pattern yourself after a wrestler, there's the guy to do it. Just forward, forward, forward. Always, like you were saying, looking to score points.
yeah, yeah. He's
That's
he's a stud.
Yeah, it's somebody to emulate, really. A lot of guys, even in college, don't have that. It's just, I mean, I even saw they interviewed him. It was Media Day the other day. And he said, even if I lose, he said, I've lost state finals, but I'm always going to be aggressive. I'm not going to stand there and do nothing. I love that.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't think that he is a true 165 pounder. From what I've read, he could make 57, and just the way the lineup shakes out, he's just wrestling at 65 is kind of a light 65, and yeah,
Wow.
he's impressive, very impressive. And he's just as good of a, we haven't really seen it because people haven't been in on his legs, but I think he's just as good of a scrambler as
Absolutely.
what he is moving forward.
Yeah, when I first really saw him is at the U23s this summer when he won the Worlds, and it was just nonstop motion. I mean,
Mhm.
I could not believe it. It's like, don't you get tired, buddy?
Yeah, they all seem to have gas tanks.
Yep. So, the community. You got to love where we're at, because if there is one thing that you could definitely say, Mifflin County loves and supports their wrestling. And it's an
Yeah,
advantage
absolutely.
that we have. Our gym is always packed when it comes to wrestling. And that's got to motivate your kids too. Talk about that community support and how important it is.
Yeah, we have a great wrestling community. It's always been that way. Whether it's parents, fans, everyone's very supportive. And I mean, it starts at the elementary level. You saw the other night after the Central Dolphin Junior High match how many young kids were involved, and and how packed the gym was.
Yeah.
I mean, the kids are putting in the work, but the parents are the ones taking them everywhere, paying the money for tournaments and all of that. And it really is a community as far as you grow up and you're running all over the place with each other, and it really is nice for the kids how much support they have and for their accomplishments and everything, and it's great.
Absolutely. I'm going to give some love to some people. So tell me about your assistants. I know Anthony Everly's there, right?
So Anthony actually is not helping this year.
Oh, okay.
He helped the previous 2 years and has been a big help. This year, the Seth Yarrick is helping, Cole Kellison, Mark Kavanaugh, and Matt Shank. And we're very fortunate. We have great assistants. They're very reliable, great with the kids, and knowledgeable. It makes it very easy for me as the head coach as far as if there's something I need to do, or if I want to work with a kid individually. I mean, they can help take care of things, and it makes things great. And the kids love them all.
Yeah, I saw his son Kenneth. It's like, oh my God, I know whose boy that is.
Yeah. Well, and Matt actually, Matt was my workout partner my junior year of high school. He was back. I don't know if he was back from college or if he was just home, but I worked out with him a lot my junior year in high school, and it's kind of full circle now that I'm coaching. He's helping me coach, and his son's on the junior high team. It's pretty awesome.
Cole and Kelliston was a Juniata kid, right?
Yes. Yep. I work with Cole, and he's great with the kids. The kids love him, and very fortunate to have him.
I want to give some
Coach Yarrick's been doing it forever.
I know.
Back with Indian Valley, and yep, he's awesome too.
Absolutely. And I want to give some love to your kids too. I mean, they deserve it. One that impressed me right off the bat, and I always look, he's the 7th grader, Bentley Felmley.
Yes.
I watched him.
Great season.
I watched him, and I'm like, okay, you know right away if you've been covering this or a wrestling fan for a long enough time that somebody does work in the off season, and you notice right away, oh, okay, he's got moves that aren't newcomer moves.
Yeah, he puts in a lot of time. I know there's even throughout the weeks now he goes from junior high practice and sometimes goes to M2 and on the weekends and stuff. I know he was feeling under the weather for the Central Dolphin match. He wasn't happy with his performance, but he's come a long way. He was a manager for us last year, and to see how far he's come in a year, you can tell.
Wow.
He's been putting in the hard work.
I had no idea he was a manager.
Yeah.
That's. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's fine. Yep, he was as a 6th grader last year. He was in and helped, and he was a little guy, and he's made a huge stride this year.
Because I saw him in the Cumberland Valley, and what impressed me is, okay, I noticed he comes out to the front in a front headlock and waits for the kid to lift up his arm and pancakes him.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, wow. That's a veteran move, man. That's somebody I didn't know it at the time he was going to M2, but I was like, that's somebody that's putting in the effort and putting in the time.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean we have a good bit of kids that put in extra time outside of just the season. Obviously, the guys that have been doing it for a while, but some of them I know. Leighton Bowersox and Ethan Johnson and I'm trying to go down through and Brian Arn.
Brian Arn is a veteran.
Yeah, they do a lot of things outside of the season, and it shows.
Is this Ethan the Rocky Johnson? Do they call him Rocky?
Yeah.
Or-
Yep.
okay, because it was confusing me. I'd see Rocky Johnson and then Ethan Johnson. It's like, are they the same? I mean,
Yep. Same kid. Yeah.
80 pounds, Kenny. When were you ever 80 pounds?
Oh, maybe 2 or 3 years old.
How,
It's
how
been a
about it?
while.
Me too.
Well, and he's weighing in about 10 pounds light each match, so he's actually given up quite
Oh
a bit of
my
weight.
God,
Yeah,
really?
he's only weighing about like 72, 73 pounds. So
Wow.
Well, yeah, I know. What grade's he in?
he's a seventh grader, and we
Okay.
actually normally it's hard to find 80 pounders. We have three kids that are right around the 73, 74 pounds. Ethan, Silas Ryden, and Caden Walk are our 380 pounders, and they're all quality kids, and would start on most teams. And we have three good ones that weigh about 73, 74 pounds.
Now, Power Sox, he's an eighth grader, right?
Correct. Yep. Leighton's having a really good season as well. He just placed at the Belfont tournament, fourth at the Belfont
Fourth, I
tournament.
saw that. Yeah.
So,
And so him and
he's having a good year.
Brian should be up next year in varsity, right?
Yeah, I'll have to talk to Coach Martin, but I would assume that him and Brian would both be looking to moving up. They're both quality kids having good junior high season. I don't know that another season of junior high would benefit them much
Right.
more. I think the bigger varsity practice room would benefit them much more.
Who do you feel out of your guys? I mean, I know you said about Felmley has really improved from the last year to this year. You can name more than one if you want.
Yeah, so a kid that really comes to mind is Wyatt Kaufman. He just started a year or two ago, and he's a ninth grader. But even from the beginning of this season until now, he's one of the hardest workers. He has a gas tank, and he's starting to figure things out. He's competing with good kids, and great hips. He moves well, and things are starting to click for him. So within the year period, he's really made some strides. I mean, Reese Fisher, Leighton, even Kenneth Shank has made great improvements throughout the year. Gatlin Kaufman, he just started a few years ago. He's come a long way. I'm trying to just think who Dominic Sienic, who is a dual sport athlete. He's a good football player as well. He just started probably 2 years ago, and he's 20-4 on the year.
Oh,
having
wow.
a really good season. So, and that's what's great is I feel like all the kids are improving, which is the main goal, and they seem to be having a good time with success. So that's awesome. Lonzo Torres, a lot of the people I mentioned are just came out a year or two ago, which is great. Our numbers, we had about 30 kids that came out this year, which is great.
Yeah, that is great.
But the year before was probably the biggest year since I've been involved that we've had. I think we started with like 44 kids at the beginning of last year, and we finished with right around that number. I think around 40. So
cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Didn't the Torres kid win the Central Mountain match for you?
Yeah. Yep. He went
I'm
out
not
and
mistaken.
He got a pin. Yeah, he's a ninth grader. He's wrestled heavyweight for us most of the year. He's 19-4 on the year, and this is only his second year wrestling. So
nice.
Yep. And we have Mason Joyce as an eighth grader who is a pretty good heavyweight. He just hasn't been wrestling a whole lot because he has a good kid in front of him. So we have some depth. Even the kids that aren't starting, we have some good kids waiting their turn as well.
Nice. And you got a couple Colts on your team too.
What's that? I'm
Brett,
sorry.
I'm sorry, my voice. I said since we're going through the team, you got a couple Colts as well, Bratton and Cherry.
We got Colton Leister, Colt Bratton, and Colton Cherry.
Yeah.
Yep. So we got a bunch of Coltons. Yeah, they're Leister's been with the program for the past few years. He's having a good season. Colt Bratton has made big strides from the beginning. He kind of started a little slow, and now things are starting to. He's gaining some confidence and has won a good bit of matches here recently for us. And Colton Cherry is fairly green, but he's picked up a lot. He has a great attitude, and he works really hard in the room. So all three Colts are doing well.
And you got 3 Kaufmans. Are they brothers?
No, I don't believe there's any relation. Yeah, Camden Kaufman.
Oh, wow.
He's I have his record. This is his first year as an 8th grader this year, and I have him. He's 8-7 on the year. So, and he's in our starting lineup now at 122. So he's hitting some good kids. He's an athletic kid. He's picking things up really fast and doing well. Gatlin is a 9th grader. He'll be moving up next year. He's having a good season, and he's also plays football and baseball too. We have a good bit of dual sport athletes on the team.
I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
Nice. Who have we missed?
We have
Stitton Bender in the upper weights.
I was just gonna say, yeah, Jace is another kid who started late, and he's 17-6 on the season. He's made great strides. He just placed at the Bellefonte tournament, and I actually wasn't aware until I got on their website. They have on there that I believe by PA Wrestler Magazine or something, they have the Bellefonte Invitational as the second toughest junior high tournament in the state of PA behind PJW States.
Oh, nice.
So to place at that tournament is an accomplishment, and he was able to get 5th. He's having a good year. Braden Stitt is another first-year wrestler who's been in the starting lineup all year. He's 15-8 on the year. He's just an athlete. He's at an upper weight. He's actually weighs in at 170, and he bumps up and wrestles 190 every match. Never complains. Tough-nosed kid. Does a really good job. So I'm trying to go down through so I don't miss anyone here. Enrique Sanchez and Liam Schaefer. They're in the middleweights there. Gail Charles he's been with the team the past 2 years. He had a little bit of an injury, so he's missed a little bit of time, but he's made great strides as well. This is probably the best group of, like, I say behave, but like best group of junior high kids that I've had to this point, where they come in, there's no issues, they're ready to practice, there's really not a whole lot of redirection, and they're all very eager to learn. So I hope for this, like a group like this every single year. It's great, and I feel like we've gotten a lot done this year.
Awesome. I saw did we mention Joshua Cologne?
Oh, Josh is he's a first-year wrestler, a 7th grader. He's had a lot of JV matches, but he's 9-1 on the season. By the time he's a 9th grader, depending on, I mean, if he's doing junior high at that point, but he has great hips. He picks up things very quickly. Coach Kavanaugh worked out with him tonight, and he came over and he said he's gonna do really well. Just for his first year, he said he moves well. Different situations, he reacts well. So he's a very promising young man.
Good. And just to go over that, since it is so tough, yeah, I have that right here. You had Leighton Power Sox was 4th, at Belfont. Chase Bender was 5th, and Arndt and Alonzo Torres were 6th.
Yes. Yep. And that really, I talked to Alonzo after the tournament. He was in the semifinals. He was up 3 points with like 30 seconds left. And he got caught kind of on the edge of the mat. So he was 30 seconds away from winning in the semis, and then so he'd have been in the finals against a beatable kid, and then we ended up getting 6th. I just explained obviously how close it was to him being in the finals, potentially winning it to 6th place, and how small the margin of error is with tough kids like that.
Did that ever happen to you? That ever happen to you, buddy?
Oh, I'm sure.
Where you had one and it's gone?
Yep. I'm sure that's happened to 99% of the kids.
I got to tell you one that happened last weekend. I'm watching on the stream the Coal Cracker tournament, and Matthew Smith of Midwest.
Yes.
He is in the semifinals against Wagner from Faith Christian. He's beating Wagner 5-2. Gets caught in a headlock with 10 seconds to go in the match and loses 6-5. That's just a crushing thing. I don't know how people, he had no emotion. Me, I'd have been crying. Just watch your head. And he got caught.
Yep. It happens. I mean, you see it at the highest level, whether it's college, Olympics.
Yep.
I mean, it does happen.
So, talk about you said you have state college and a tournament left. Let's talk about the Little Lions. What are your thoughts on state college tomorrow night?
Yeah, so they have. I don't know many of their kids individually. Just from seeing scores, they've had a lot of matches that were similar to ours. We lost to Chambersburg first match of the season whenever we hosted them at the Mifflin County duels there. We lost by 1 to Chambersburg, and I believe they beat them in a close match. We both beat Cumberland Valley, a similar score. So, I mean, I told the kids tonight it's going to come down to getting bonus points, not giving up bonus points, and the toss-up matches.
It always does, doesn't it? I sound like a broken record, but every time on the radio, that's what I do. It's the toss-up matches and bonus points. Yep, that's what absolutely
does it. And at the junior high level, there's a lot of close matches that get to the third period, and because some of the kids may be a little more inexperienced, sometimes it ends in a pin rather than a close match. Sometimes at the high school level, and I mean that's a 12-point swing, so that's very important in the team score.
Yeah, Kenny, I was just thinking about this. We were talking about the Colts that are on his team. Spade should have done that in high school. How cool would that have been? Colton Spade. Nobody's going to want to mess with Colton Spade.
I don't know about all that. So, and the only thing I didn't mention, we also have 4 managers that have helped out this year that have been a big help. Nolan Harmon's a 6th grader. Kane Lynch was at the beginning of the season. Brody Hauer and Gavin Connor. So they come in, they help tape the mats. They're there majority of the time. Now, obviously, they have their elementary stuff as well, but but they're a big help.
Any relation to Justin Hauer?
Yes, I believe that's his son.
Oh my God! Yeah, I'm officially old.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So, I think I know what your answer is going to be, but talking about how this team, you've touched on it before, but there's a lot of team unity, isn't there, and camaraderie on this team that you have.
Yeah, we have a tight knit group. like I said, there hasn't been any issues amongst them. They pick each other up whenever if someone comes off the mat with their head hanging. They're there to congratulate each other if they have a big win. So yeah, it's a great group, and they're there picking each other up, and that's a big thing. Trying to be positive all the time with each other. I mean, like you've mentioned it multiple times as far as how grueling wrestling is mentally. Um, Sometimes
Yeah.
being positive just makes all the difference in the world. As far as it's easy to get your confidence shaken. You lose a match or two in a row. I mean, so it's great to have your teammates there and coaches picking you up.
And what's the tournament you have left after State College?
Yeah, the Juniata, it's an individual tournament. I believe there's 14 different schools there, and then at each weight we're allowed entering 2 kids per weight. So there will be some pretty big brackets. I'm not sure of all the teams there, but I do know Altoona and Penns Valley will both be there, and Altoona has a really good team. We got second to them at the Huntington individual tournament earlier this season. They won the Huntington tournament. And we beat Penns Valley in a close match, dual meet earlier in the season. So there's a lot of good individual matches there.
Yeah, I hear a lot about that Dingy's kid from Penns Valley.
Yeah, Max Dinges. That's actually that was Bentley's first loss on the season was Max.
To him.
Yeah, he is a stud. He just continues to go and.
If I'm not mistaken, I think his grandfather is the only state champion Penns Valley ever had.
That could be. I'm not sure.
Because his name was Max Dinges.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense.
Just like the boy.
Yeah. But yeah, he's very impressive to watch. We saw him last year as a 7th grader, and I've seen different reports where he's ranked pretty high in the country and junior high rankings. Yeah.
The last time I saw it was, I think he was ranked 3rd or 4th in the country.
Yeah. Yep. He's
not too shabby.
Impressive. Yeah.
So that's Bentley's only loss.
Yeah, before the Central Dolphin match, like I said, he got the flu. He got the stuff that me and you had earlier, hacking and stuff. But yeah, that was he has 2 losses on the season, Central Dolphin and the Dinges kid.
Well, no, nothing to be ashamed of there, losing to Dinges.
No, absolutely not. So he'll get another crack at him down at Juniata. So we'll try to make some adjustments.
Yeah. Awesome. Kenny, I'm sorry, I'm hogging everything.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Any questions you want to ask?
Oh, just going from competing to coaching, which is makes you more nervous, coaching the kids or actually going out and competing on your own?
That's a tough one. I think coaching might be a little more nerve-wracking just because you don't have, I guess, you're not going out and have control of the match, but it's just you see how much work the kids put in, and you just wanted to succeed, and when they don't, I mean it's tough. Like I said, you see them busting their butts every day at practice, and you want them to go out and succeed, whether it's as a team, obviously, but individually as well. So there's I don't know how I want to word it, but they put hours and hours and hours into it, and ultimately everyone wants to succeed, and it sucks to lose. Bottom line.
Yeah, definitely. So let's switch to varsity a little bit. Give me your thoughts on State College. We know they got their hammers: Asher Cunningham, Pearson Manville, and Nick Pavlechko.
Yeah.
And then I think Noah Young is ranked and the Whitbread kid. What do you think of our chances with the little Lions? Because outside of those hammers, they are beatable.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a very winnable match. Like you said, we need to weather the storm with their top kids. It'll be interesting to see if they move their lineup around at all, and if we do the same to try to match up. A lot of it may be riding on the flip to see who has to send out at what weights first, similar to Central Dolphin.
Yeah, the one that could be interesting is if they don't move around is Deacon and Cunningham.
Yeah, I kind of thought the same thing as far as whoever sends out first at that weight. I don't know outside of their really tough kids. I'm not. I don't know some of their other kids, so I'm guessing that we're going to need to get bonus points in some of those areas.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, speaking about how a kid can turn on the light bulb, Asher Cunningham is like
Yeah,
1,000 times better this year than last year.
yeah, and I think he's been battling injuries for a few years, and he's finally healthy, and it shows. He's very impressive. He had a great Powerade tournament. I think he won the Powerade.
He did.
He wrestled. I'm trying to think. King of the Mountain, I believe he won. So yeah, he's a solid kid, and he's going to, no shocker, he's going to Penn State.
Yeah. I mean, when your dad's there, you're going to
Yeah.
go. You're going to go. And of course, Manville's going to Arizona State, and Pavlechko's going to Indiana.
Yeah.
Somebody actually asked me, though, could Pavlechko hang with Kirk Bleat? And I was like, no. Took me
No.
2 seconds to say no.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I mean, that'd be a very tough task for him. There hasn't been a heavyweight in college wrestling who's been able to keep up with Kirk Fleet
No.
this year. So
He's so big and fast. And if Pavlechko has one problem, it's he's small for a heavyweight.
yeah,
He's a small guy, as far as I'm talking height-wise.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, Kirk, he against the number 2 guy in the country, he tech falled at the All-Star Classic. So.
Yeah. Crazy. So,
Yes.
no, he wouldn't. But yeah, I agree with you. The flip's gonna be a big part of this match tomorrow night. And you guys, you'll get the win, right?
That's the plan. I hope so.
Well, I mean, it's impressive to me that you got all these 7th graders that you said that are only going to get better. So it's exciting to watch. I hope a lot of them go to PJWs.
Yep.
You think that'll be the case?
Yeah, I think we had a lot of kids that went last year. I mean, even if some of the greener kids, just to go and see, experience the individual tournaments outside of, because I mean, the PJWs is the closest thing that resembles what it's like at districts and regionals and states once you get to
Right.
the high school level. So it'd be good for at least them to experience that. But yeah, we'll encourage them all to try that, and like I said, we had a good turnout last year, so I'm hopeful that they do as well. And then that typically, I think, takes us to middle to end of March until PJW states is done. And like I said, hopefully we have some that make it, and kind of go from there.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. I always watch the stream, so I'm into it to see what we could do down there. So sounds like you're having a lot of fun doing this.
Yeah,
Am I right?
Yeah, the kids. Yep, the kids make it fun. It's very, very rewarding, especially when you have a good group of kids. The parents have been great as far as helping with bagels and drinks and bringing things on the weekend. There's been no issues whatsoever, and I'm enjoying myself. And like I said, the great coaching assistants help tremendously and makes it easy.
Yeah, that's good that you don't have parent problems because a lot of coaches can't say that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're very, very right. I've been very fortunate since I've been doing this. I haven't really had to deal with too much there, but I think that goes back to the community support and um, it, I mean, in some of the other sports, you don't have the same issues with as wrestling, as far as parents can argue if their kid should be starting in baseball, but it's pretty self-explanatory with wrestling. Whereas if you lose in eliminations, then you're not starting.
That's what I love about wrestling. There's no debate. There's no, well, he's coach's favorite. Nah, you
Hmm.
got to compete for it.
Yep.
Plus, you finish fourth in the state. A parent might go, well, he could lateral drop me pretty quick.
Yeah, long time ago. Now I'm wrestling with the junior high kids, and I'll come home with a sore neck, not being able to move for a week. But
I
no,
still think you could do it, man.
yeah, yeah, and I didn't get to as much last year, but after the regular season's done, I enjoy going in with the high school kids and working out with them too, and
I'm sure.
yeah, so
Hey, I appreciate you coming on. I had a lot of fun. This was great. Please come back again, and we'll talk more junior high. It's great.
yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Colton.
Thank you, Colton. That's
Yeah,
Colton Spade, Mifflin
yeah.
County Junior High wrestling coach. 13-3 on the year. Got State College tomorrow night. Big dome meet up at State College. Let's cheer on both the varsity and the high school. And the junior high as they go to knock off the little Lions. Kenny,
Yes,
that was fun.
it was. It was. It went quick too. I mean, these hours, I would tell you.
It always does. But I like talking to junior high. It's something that we don't, I don't think, do enough. Give these kids love,
Right.
and they're the future of the varsity team. We're going to be talking about a lot of these kids in a couple years.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting if we're still on the air here in 3 or 4 years to play back some of this stuff that we talked about wrestlers to look out for, or like today, you and Colton went through the lineups and stuff, and it's going to be fun to see how many went on and
Yeah,
did so well.
right. I wanted to get the kids mentioned. They deserve to be mentioned. Some I've seen. You're going to have Bowersox and Arndt up next year on varsity, most likely. The Ethan Johnson kids and Rocky, or I don't know what he wants to be called. I told you I was impressed with the Felmley kid. Yeah, we got some good ones coming up. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna try to stay healthy enough to be able to do some of their matches.
You better.
Well, hey, do you got any shout outs?
Yeah, I sure do.
Hold on. Kenny's theme music, Feeding the Ducks. Shout outs.
Okay.
I want to shout out to the kids that we just mentioned, though. We'll do it again. It is a tough tournament. Leighton Bowersox was fourth at 108. This is the Bellefonte Junior High Invitational. Brian Arndt was sixth at 155. Jace Bender was fifth at 110. And Alonzo Torres was sixth at heavyweight.
And I believe there's 24 teams that go to that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought.
Go ahead, buddy. Shout out.
All right. The first shout out I have is to the Bellefonte girls basketball team. All year they've been battling to try to pick up that first win. Well, they got it last night as they defeated Phillipsburg Osceola 48-38. Good job, girls. Keep up the good work. Next is Mifflin County indoor track runner Micah Simmons. Broke his own school record.
I saw that.
In the 60-meter. So actually he did it twice. First he ran and got a 7:19, and then in his next run in the finals, ran an even better race of 7 seconds and 7.13 seconds. So quite a job for him. Now we're going to go to swimming. Bellefonte swimmer Kaya McCool finished with 2 wins Tuesday. McCool notched her first win of the night for Bellefonte in the 200 IM, posting an impressive time of 2:11.22. And then in the 100-meter freestyle, McCool posted her second top finish with a 54.91. So good job. This is a new sport that we really haven't ever talked about. The next one, the Juniata or the East Juniata air rifle team had its highest score of the season, despite falling a little short to Conestoga Valley, 485 to 491. So that's one of the newer sports that just came on in, I think, the last 2 or 3 years. Next one is the St. Joseph girls basketball team continues their winning ways. They look to capture a Tri-Valley or a TVL title. They recently topped Juniata for the second time. Next is the Mifflin County Junior High girls basketball team. They continue to cruise along as both the varsity and JV swept Hershey. And here's a shout out to here is Mifflin County Bocce. The Bocce ball team beat Southern Huntington. They're 3-0. So they're going to be on the road.
Aren't they undefeated?
Yep, 3-0. And they actually go up against Juniata, which is in their first year of having bocce. So good luck to both teams. I believe it's tomorrow, or maybe even be today. I'm not sure. And last but not least is in the annual rivalry match between Bald Eagle and Bellefonte in wrestling. This year it went to Bald Eagle convincingly, 52-9. That is my shout outs.
I have one more, which is really cool.
Cool.
Mara Gallo. She is a junior attack for Mifflin County girls lacrosse. She was selected as one of 24 players to represent the United States in Barcelona, Spain this summer.
Nice. That's
excellent. That is so cool for I guess it's a like a high school level type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she was picked to represent it. Hopefully we could do it next week. I'd like to get her and Teresa Lamont on to talk about it if we can.
Oh, that would be great.
But yeah, I just found that out, and I want to congratulate her. I mean, come on. You get selected and going to Barcelona?
Oh, yeah.
How lucky is that?
Wow. It just goes to show you how good that program is, even in its really its infancy of its program.
Spend the summer in Spain.
Mm.
There's worse things to do.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Oh, I have one more too. This is just a public service announcement for the Mifflin County faithful. On Friday, Kylie Cubson, who right now is a college student, and I'm forgetting right now. Bowling Green. I'm sorry. She's a runner for Bowling Green. She will be making her homecoming and running at the indoor track and field meet at Penn State University on Friday at 5:30 in her event. So some of you fans of hers, if you want to show up, give her some love, watch her race. I think that's the only time she'll be up here this season. So good luck, Kylie, and go up and cheer her on.
Yeah, that's cool. Awesome. Excellent.
A lot of good things happening, that's for sure.
That is cool. And I'll tell you, the only reason Simmons has the record is because I've had a chest cold. I'm coming for you, Micah. I got my electric wheelchair ready. Now that's cool. Breaking a record, huh?
Yeah.
And it's your own.
Mm-hmm. And in the same day.
Yeah. That's quite a day.
Yeah.
And Mara Gallo going to Barcelona. We got great athletes around here. We really do.
And sometimes things get lost in the shuffle, and it's a shame because these kids deserve, full scale attention.
Right. And I made a little post today on Trent Hodley. 16-0 this season, 8 technical falls, 4 falls. Only 2 guys have gone the distance with him. 4 guys have gone the distance with him, and the closest was 5-2. Wow. He's been dominant.
He's on a mission.
Ranked 4th in the country, should be 2nd, but he's 4th. I think he should be 2nd. He's better than Rocky Elam and Stephen Buchanan.
Will he go up against them then? At all?
Yeah, probably at Nationals. The number 1 guy is Aaron Brooks at Penn State. And that's the one guy Trent hasn't been able to beat. They've been close, but he hasn't beaten them. I think he's 0-3 against them. But he's had a great career at North Carolina State. It's coming to a close, though. It's sad. He's a senior. This is going to be it. His last go-round.
Think about we've had a Hidley wrestling. Oh, my God, for how long? And how much it's like an end of an era. It's like bad. It's,
Well, I think he's going to keep it up. Hayden retired to be a coach. Trent sounds to me like he wants to keep doing freestyle and try to make the U.S. team.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, Hayden, he's out in South Dakota. Is that right?
North Dakota State.
North Dakota State.
Yeah, imagine his winners. We bitch about ours.
I'll tell you what. I lived in Montana for 4 years. Yeah. Right there beside North Dakota, you'll see snow from October to like May and June.
He probably goes out in his front yard and there's a moose in it. Tons of snow. Yeah. But North Dakota State's doing pretty good. They're a solid team, and Hayden's only going to help them.
Oh, right.
Definitely. I'm not surprised he's a coach. You knew he was going to be a coach. You knew it.
But hey, I got one more thing. One thing that I've been really impressed with, coming from the basketball side of the world, and following wrestling when I cover it. Parker Kearns, does he ever wrestle over a minute? It seems like all his he always gets them, doesn't even work up a sweat.
No, he's on a mission. He's ranked 4th in the state, 18-2, having a great year. His only losses were to Griffin Walliser by 2 points. Griffin is down at 145 now, so he's away from Kearns. And then his other loss was to Reagan Milheim of Warrior Run, who was 2nd in the state last year in AA. And he lost to him 3-2. So Parker, he's going to the Citadel Division 1. He's right up there. He's having a great season.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But hey, that's going to about wrap it up for tonight. I made it. I made it with my voice, Kenny.
You did well.
Thank you. As I said, next week we'll try to get Lamont and Gallo, see if they'll come on and talk about that trip to Barcelona she's making.
That would be great.
Yes, and go Detroit Lions.
Yes, I was going to say that. Go Lions.
Because One, it's cool that they're there, even though they beat my Rams. And number two, I despise, hate, vilify the 49ers.
Mm.
I hate their uniforms. I hate their name. I hate their city.
Right there with you. I'm just as bad with Baltimore. I don't want to see Baltimore in it either. So go Chiefs. Chief Lions.
Because, if you're a Ram fan, you have to. It's part of it. If you're a Ram fan, you hate the 49ers. It's our oldest rival. You hate them. Just like the Steelers hate the Ravens.
Oh, yeah.
You're a Steeler fan. I know you're not looking for them to win.
No.
I think they will, though. I think the Chiefs, they just own the Bills. But I think the Chiefs were not that great this year. I do not see them beating Baltimore. But then again, when you got Mahomes, my God, look what he can do.
Yeah, that kind of helps you ice over any deficiencies you have.
Yeah. Yeah, especially a guy that's, 6 AFC playoff games. He's been to 3 Super Bowls, won 2 of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
6 years. 6 years.
That's impressive. That's impressive. But go Detroit.
Yes.
Lions all the way.
Oh, yes.
All right, my friend. Have fun tomorrow at the State College Mifflin County matchup.
Will do. Definitely should be like we said. It should be a good one, and definitely will be a packed house. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, it'll be a good one. Hopefully, Mifflin County is pumped after that big win over Central Dauphin. You got their 3 studs, but I think Mifflin County can win this. They still meet. It'll go big for the seedings, too, for the District 6 Doles. Don't forget, that's coming up.
Oh, yeah, that'll be right around the corner, too, right?
Central Mountain will have the number 1 seed, and if Mifflin County beats State College, they'll be number 2 seed.
Oh, so they'll host the first go-round?
No, they do it different now. The number 1 seed hosts, and they have everything at that. They'll have everything up in Mill Hall. Because they take the top 4 teams. So right now would probably be Central Mountain would go against Altoona, and Mifflin County would probably get State College right after getting them in the regular season. They'd get them again in districts. And then our other area teams, we have Mount Union is seated like 3rd or 4th in AA, and Juniata is 7th. So they'd both be in it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's hard to believe postseason's coming.
Oh, I know. We keep saying this after every season, but where does the time go?
I know.
Faster and faster.
The individual tournament wrestling is the 17th of February. Less than a month away.
I was going to say, that's just a little over 3. Wow.
Yep.
Whew.
The tournament trail begins.
That's always your favorite time of the year, though, isn't it?
You bet. Hopefully I'll have a voice.
Hopefully. Yeah.
To do it. It'll be fun. All right, my friend. That's going to wrap it up for tonight. Any final words?
Just get out and enjoy the weekend. It's supposed to be 60 by Friday.
Yes, this is nuts. 60.
So bring out the shorts and
how about it?
Yeah. So, but go out and watch your favorite athletes and watch some good high school sports.
Absolutely. All right, buddy. That's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you for listening. We want to thank Colton Spade, Mifflin County Junior High wrestling coach, for coming on. You've been listening to The Press Box. For Kenny Varner, I'm Brian Carson. Thanks for listening, everybody. Have a great rest of your week and an even better weekend. Take care.
Good night, everybody.